We have studied about blood and its components, blood grouping, etc. in our lower classes. Now, we shall discuss some more points related to blood. Generally, all of us are aware of the term BP. Let us learn more about it. A great deal of force is required in order to move the blood through the network of blood vessels. This force is provided by the heart. More force is provided when the ventricles contract. This forces the blood to move out of the heart and flow into the arteries. BP varies throughout the body. So, in order to measure a person's BP, a particular place must be there. So, BP is always measured at an upper arm artery. Doctors use a sphygmomanometer device to measure the blood pressure BP. There are two pressure readings on sphygmomanometer. First reading indicates the strongest pressure during the time blood is forced out of the ventricles. This is called systolic pressure. For a healthy young adult, systolic pressure will be around 120 mmHg. Second reading. This reading is taken during the rest period as the ventricles refill with the blood. This is called diastolic pressure. It will be around 80 mm of Hg. BP changes as per the activity in which the person is engaged, like walking, resting, and running. People who have high BP during rest period will have hypertension. The table on the screen gives the differences between the systole and diastole. Attempt the following questions to check your understanding. Another important factor in the feature of blood is the coagulation. Because of coagulation, all the animals can survive when they met severe injuries. When there is an injury, the blood gets clotted within 3 to 6 minutes. Generally, when there is a cut, the blood flows out of the wound for a few minutes, and after that, we observe that the cut gets filled with a reddish solid material. This solid material is called a blood clot. Otherwise, the blood would flow through the wound liberally. Let us learn the steps involved in the process of blood clotting. When the blood flows out due to injury, the platelets release an enzyme called thrombokinase. The thrombokinase acts on another substance present in the blood called prothrombin and converts it into thrombin. The thrombin acts on another substance called fibrin. This fibrin will be in the form of dissolved state, and thrombin converts it into insoluble fibrin. The fibrin will be in the form of mesh. The blood cells entangle in the fibrin fibers, forming the clot. The fibrin fibers are attached to the edges of the wound and pull them together. The straw-colored fluid formed after formation of blood clot is termed as serum. But in some people, due to lack of vitamin K in their bodies, it takes more time to clot the blood. This deficiency in vitamin occurs due to genetic defect. This type of defect is called hemophilia. Hemophilia is a common defect that occurs when the marriages happen between very close relatives. Thalassemia is an inherited disorder, is also related to blood. Let us now look into the concept map of transport system in plants. So far, we have learnt about the